Hello. I have a question. I'm starting to like you a lot. For a long time, it hurt me because I felt that I was getting something from spiritual talks and that you were debunking them. And now I'm I'm thinking the things you are saying myself when I hear spiritual talks. Basically, how do you know? How do you know? But I wanted to tell you my history. I started TM. I was not a seeker. I grew up in an atheist household, and I started in spite of the idea that there was spirituality involved, not because of it. And I had such a profound experience when I started TM. It just, from the first meditation, my whole reality changed. I went from spontaneously disagreeing with everybody to spontaneously agreeing. I felt inside myself there was this resonance with everything and everyone, and it was so different than my life had been before. And then, of course, I became open to listening to all the teachers because I was so moved by this experience I was having. But I just wondered where what you are saying fits in with my experience of that TM actually did have a profound effect on my life, changing my perspective and my inner experience. I basically have a sense of well-being all the time. Not that I don't have ups and downs and I get angry and I get hurt and everything you mentioned, and I can't always control the things I want to control. I'm an overeater, a big overeater, you know, but underneath, underlying all that, there's some kind of basic sense of well-being which never used to be there before I started peeing. I used to have an empty hole. I was so lonely. I would cry myself to sleep every night if I didn't have a boyfriend. And then once I started TM, that was gone and there was a fullness in there. So anyway, I wonder where your perspective fits in with that experience of
Okay,
mine.
okay, I understand that question. Um, I don't think that my comments are as powerful in your mind as your direct experience.
Oh, of course not.
Well, so
Nothing is.
that pretty much, that's right. So
Yeah.
that pretty much says it. I'm just expressing one human being's point of view. Some people have found it helpful. Other people think I'm the devil. So that's just the way it is.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm just expressing how I see this. Um, and
Well,
I, I came to some prominence because I wrote a book, two of them now, that people found influential and helpful. But that doesn't mean that the book is filled with truth. It's all an self-expression. So if you have an experience that doesn't seem to fit into Robert's worldview, mazel tov. I mean, that's great. I don't want everybody to be like me and see things the way I see them. I want to express the way that I see things. And just as other people's words in the past have been helpful to me, I think my words now are helpful to other people, but it's no big deal.
many of the things you say, in fact, are helpful to me, even though I've had that experience. You
Okay.
know, it doesn't nullify the things you're saying. There's a lot of things you're saying that totally thrill me. I love the one about the good business model where you pay me now and in the future you'll get something. That's fabulous.
Yeah.
And the
Yeah.
whole thing about not knowing. I mean, now when I listen to spiritual teachers, I'm thinking, well, how do you know? you know, how do you know? That's really what I think now, and I think it's because I've read your books and I've listened to you. Look at David. Even though at first it was jarring to me, it's really entered my awareness as something very valid and real.
Thank you.
Yeah,
I like hearing that. I think
yeah.
that I think that the most important thing that I have had to share that people have picked up on is when somebody makes a statement about whatever, could be politics, it could be religion, whatever.
Mm-hmm.
The greatest question is, and you know that how?
Mm-hmm.
And if we really just apply that to everything and don't imagine that there are experts who really know the truth of everything and can teach it to you, but they just have their human point of view. It
Mm-hmm.
may correspond to something real, maybe it does, maybe it doesn't. But when they speak with this certitude, absolute certainty. I've got the truth and I'm going to, and then I say, really? How? Where'd you get that from? Where does that come from? Oh, well, it's 3,000 years old. Well, it must be true. See, right. Well, thank you for being here.
Thank you for being here.
That's right. Anything further, Carol?
So, thank you.
Okay, thank you.